The Stonehill Athletic Department is proud to announce the recipient of this year's Community Service Award is the Stonehill chapter of Hope Happens Here. Founded at the start of the 2019-20 academic year, Hope Happens Here is a student-led movement that aims to promote mental health awareness and mental well-being on college campuses, in particular student athletes. Through events such as athletic awareness games, presentations, and sponsored events, Hope Happens Here is intent on starting the conversation to help break the negative stigma that surrounds issues regarding mental health. Congratulations to all the founding members of the Stonehill chapter of Hope Happens Here, the 2019-20 Stonehill Community Service Award recipients.
I remember hearing about Hope Happens Here a few years back when a few of the hockey players on the St. Mike's team had started the organization, and I remember being pretty inspired by what they had done. A few weeks before we moved back in for our senior year, Mike Siebold had approached James Varney and I about the idea of starting a chapter of the organization at Stonehill, and the decision to do it was really a no-brainer.
I think the three of us saw that these issues really needed to be addressed on a peer-to-peer level over the first couple of years of our college careers. And then our junior year into our senior year, when Mike brought up the idea of bringing Hope Happens Here as a platform to base all these initiatives off from, it was the perfect fit. And even more so once we saw how engaged the community was with it and their initial reactions. So it ended up working out really well.
My favorite part about Hope Happens Here was just seeing how quickly the group had traction on campus. It really showed that having conversations showed that you aren't alone with whatever you have to deal with in your day-to-day life.
I think my favorite part of H3 has been seeing how engaged the students are and the Stonehill community is with mental health. Even to the extent that H3 is now being included with policy decisions from the college's administration. So it's truly incredible to see what students can do and how much we can actually accomplish.
I think Hope Happens Here was an amazing addition to campus. I know for me personally, what really helped me start getting help for my struggle with anxiety and depression was listening to a couple people share their stories really honestly. And that made me really feel like I wasn't alone. So I think it's an important addition to campus, especially because there's such a negative stigma around mental health. And starting the conversation and getting people involved in the conversation is one of, I think, the best ways to combat the stigma. And especially because as athletes or college students, our lives are so busy. So it's really important that we take care of our minds just like we take care of our bodies. We put on a series of You Are Loved games this year. There were 6 of them. We did women's field hockey, which was the first, men's and women's soccer, men's and women's basketball, and ice hockey. Ice hockey was our biggest event. The guys had jerseys made with the Hope Happens Here logo, which were beautiful. We had a raffle, we did Chuck a Puck. We had an amazing turnout and a really great response. I've seen a really great impact so far on the events that we've hosted. I've seen at the You Are Loved games, I personally have had a couple people reach out to me. I've had peers, other athletes, faculty and staff reach out to me saying that they appreciated what we did, or mental health has touched them personally or someone they loved, and they were really proud of what we were putting on. So I'd really like to keep those going. I think it's a great way of starting the conversation.
I think it's important to continue the Stonehill Hope Happens Here chapter because as Stonehill students and a Stonehill community, we have seen what it's like to lose someone due to mental health, and I think as athletes we needed to step up and talk about the things that we were going through every day and normalize the conversation around mental health, and we started to do that with Hope Happens Here, and we've seen a great outpouring of support, and it's been absolutely amazing. And I think if we keep going and keep doing it, we'll normalize what it means to be depressed and have anxiety, and we can talk about these things at team meetings and at practices rather than having to remove ourselves from our sports and our schools in order to deal with these issues. So I'm really excited to see what we can keep doing with this chapter. The Stonehill Hope Happens Here Instagram page has really been so successful because I think that we've had a really good amount of following in such a short period of time, and so many people are willing to interact with our content and show up to the events that we post about. So thank you to everyone for that. I think it's also a really good outlet where we get our point across that we really just want to end the stigma around mental health and increase the conversations that we are having about some things that we go through as athletes every single day. I think our athlete bios have been my favorite thing, and they do such a good job at normalizing the conversation. These athlete bios are for athletes to step up and just say, hey, this is what I'm going through, and tell their stories. And it's so amazing that you can learn so much about someone that you might see every day but don't really know. And the comments from other teams, coaches, teammates that you might not even know, it just has been so overwhelming, and that's so good for the athlete who did the bio, but also other athletes who might be going through the same thing and seeing someone else get the support that they might need, and it makes other athletes want to reach out and get help, and that has been so amazing. So thank you to all the people who have contributed to athlete bios and even just supported them. And I just think it's so important to keep going with the social media and just making the impact that we have been, and it's just going to continue to get even better. So thank you to everyone who has even liked, shared, commented, anything on the social media. It has meant so much and really has contributed to our success.
My hope for the future of mental health is that we continue to just keep the conversation going. I feel like we as a society have made some pretty big strides in the past few years in breaking the stigma surrounding mental health, and we hope that Hope Happens Here can help in doing that.
I hope that this program continues to grow, and I hope that people continue to learn more about mental health and how to deal with it. I think that we have an incredible leadership team moving forward, and it's really exciting to see where this program is going to be in 10 years.
I hope that mental health awareness in Hope Happens Here keeps moving forward and keeps growing stronger on campus. Everyone on campus, from Jess Green to members of the group, are doing a great job with spreading the awareness that having conversations about it doesn't make you weak, and there are always people there for you to talk to.
I just want to say thank you to everyone who helped this program grow to be what it is now. Mike, Jack, our leadership team, the students, faculty. It's been huge, and it's a community thing, so it's really exciting to see these issues being addressed and mental health being a primary concern on campus. So I'm excited to see where it goes, and I'm really thankful to have been a part of it.
I would first like to thank Denise, Cindy Mack, and Dean O'Keefe for all their support and guidance with getting our group started on campus, whether it was giving suggestions or just answering questions that we needed to be answered in a short period of time. They always were there for us. I'd also like to thank the members of the group for being great leaders and really being invested in our group, because if they were there just for the ride, it really wouldn't have been as successful as it was. And I'd also like to thank Jess Green. She does a lot for the school, and a lot of people don't realize what she puts in for our campus, and she's a great resource for people to talk to, and she was always there to help as well, just like the members of the athletic office. So thank you.
I really want to thank the athletic department, especially Denise, Doug, and Cindy, for all of their help this year. They've done anything and everything that we've needed, and it's been incredible. We couldn't have done this without them. I also want to thank the rest of Hope Happens Here for welcoming me to the group and being just as excited and passionate about mental health as I am. It's really, really wholesome to be a part of a group like that, and I'm really proud of what we've accomplished and super excited for what the future holds for us.
Thank you to everyone who has contributed to Hope Happens Here and helping us become so successful and winning this Community Service Award. I know it means so much to all of us, and I can't wait to continue next year and make huge strides in ending the stigma against mental health.